So in this one, let's talk about why following your passion is important, my criterias for a great niche, and my favorite niches. Okay, so why following your passion is important. I already mentioned it throughout my academy like a million times, but I'll mention it again because it's important. Okay, so if you're interested in a topic, you are much more likely to stick with it long enough to get success. Okay, so because success does not come overnight. I've talked about this before and it should be obvious, okay? But don't choose a niche just because of a higher CPM. Don't chase money and views, okay? Chase ideas instead. Chase serving valuable, genuine content to your audience. Chase solving problems in a field you're interested in. This is how the success happens. It just makes sense and will naturally put you in advantage, at an advantage, because it'll be easier for you to identify quality topics and move quickly in a certain scenarios, right? Because what does that mean? And I always say that you should chase evergreen opportunities, okay? But I mean, once you have an established channel, like for example, I'll give an example of my own in the context of my channel, okay? So I'm AI guy. I create videos about AI, YouTube automation. But let's say there's gonna be some crazy AI tool, like completely revolutionary, like Sora AI. Those of you who know Sora AI is like a new video generator from OpenAI. And when it came out, it made so much noise. Every single YouTuber made a video about them. Like in every single YouTube niche, there's gonna be event where no matter the YouTuber's size, everyone is making video about this, and it's just easy traffic, and it feels criminal not to take advantage of this. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, and you will recognize these opportunities if you're actually like into the niche. Okay, like when I saw Sora AI come out, like I'm subscribed to the Twitter of OpenAI. When I saw them making their release, I was making a video about Sora within 15 minutes. Why? Because I understood how, although I didn't get views, actually my video about Sora only got 10,000 views, which is not that much for my channel, but still I did make the attempt. I moved forward, I moved quickly because I'm into niche, because I recognize the opportunity, because I position myself, because I follow OpenAI on Twitter, so that this information even gets like across of my feed. So you should really create those kind of situations for yourself as well. All right. So, but anyway, I don't want to influence your decision. If you're already interested in a good niche, I'm not telling you to go AI and no, don't take it the wrong way. So I've already provided you with tons of niches and ideas, and I'll continue doing it throughout the course. But really do what you like. Okay. Write down a list of 10 things you're interested in. And if you have no interest and want some ideas, that's what this lesson is for. So my criteria for a great niche. So again, how do you identify, right? So it must be evergreen, meaning don't chase trends. And if you chase trends, chase them like I explained to you moments ago, okay? Chase long-term viewers, how-to, documentaries, tutorials. The reason I put question mark here is because tutorials, with the exception of technology tutorials, because of how fast everything is evolving, your website, let's say you create a tutorial about building a website, and a year later there's going to be AI tool that's going to build websites like this, and there's already AI tools like this, by the way. So be careful with these kind of topics, right? So history, you name it, those are evergreen niches. They must have lots of interest, okay? Must have competition. And I know it might sound weird, but on YouTube, in order to succeed, you essentially want to find a niche which is small enough in order for you to grow, but at the same time competition is there, so it proves the fact that the audience for this context exists, and you just need to figure out a way to reach that audience. That is really the best and the most smart strategical way to go about it. Whereas there are people, you have to understand, there are people that create niches, like there is a Mr. Beast, and then there's everybody else who followed Mr. Beast. But Mr. Beast spent 10, if not more, years of his life becoming Mr. Beast. And then those who followed, they spent a year of their life modeling what worked for him, and they just implemented it, and it took them a year to reach some kind of success. Yeah, sure, Mr. Beast is one of a kind, and everybody else is a copy of his, but they're still making a lot of money off YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like you have a mission to become the next Mr. Beast, go for it. But realistically, we all want to start making money on YouTube within a year or two, and it's very much possible. So you want to find what works for others. You want to find what works for others, and you want to copy it. Okay, so it must have good CPM. You know, it might sound ridiculous that I'm starting a channel in Roblox, for example, a side channel, but don't worry about that. Generally speaking, you want to start channels in niches that have good CPM, right? So adult-oriented niches for the most part. It must be monetizable, meaning, you know, like just normal content, nothing crazy, no blood, like no, not this crazy stuff, no drugs, no mentions of drugs. I mean, in the content, like nothing like this, nothing sketchy. Family-friendly content, okay? So it must have sub niches. So, for example, top 5. I mean, or not bad example, healthy, right? Health niche. I mean, there is about a million ways you could go into the health niche, and seriously, so many ways, okay? And so here are my favorite niches, and like actual niches you should really high key consider getting into if you're still lost at this point. So my favorite niches, or just simply the ones I'm most knowledgeable about, are making money online, technology, finance, really crypto, and yeah, because I love the technology, and yeah, those are all my favorite. But some other great niches are health, psychology, and pets. Okay, so, and for example, actually a very smart way to find good niches, because again, I preach that you should not rely on ad revenue, and you should build some kind of other sources of monetization. And what you could do is you could actually go on affiliate marketplaces like Digistore, and you could go to categories, and you could literally see on the left side, here are the categories. And if you think about it, every single of these categories could be a YouTube channel category, right? I mean, not every, of course. Like animals and pets could definitely be a niche, but betting systems, that's like something that has to do with like casino software. You don't want to do that. But like business and investment, 690 items, why not? And most of them actually are going to be digital items as well. So like what I got here on the screenshot are actually supplements. So this would be like an idea for a health niche, what you could be promoting. But for business and investment, you know, like ebooks, guides, you know, all this kind of stuff, like it's even easier to promote because, yeah, a lot of people are just, depending on their location, they cannot just buy your product because of that. Like if someone is watching it from like across the world, so we can look some more. So again, just continue looking at the niches, all right, for now. Again, we can just, you know, education, email marketing. Obviously look for niches, like if you're going the affiliate marketing route, and you can just make full-time income just from that, just from promoting products. And my recommendation is, of course, look at the niches which have the most products. So business and investment, almost 700 products. Computer internet, 300 products. Music, 100. Dating, 250. Education, almost 600, right? Email marketing, family and children, also good niches. What is not a good niche is definitely, I don't know, fun and games. Like, no, just not the best niche. Food and drink, not really. But like business, again, health would be amazing niches. There's more screenshots as well. So you can really go on Digistore24, create your account, it's free, and just browse through, analyze this stuff. It's really, a lot of the puzzles are going to come together when you look at it from this perspective. And I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this, about like analyzing your channel with this approach. So really do that. Take your time to analyze.